G'day legends. So just wanted to jump on and update you guys on a little something. So I was supposed to go out yesterday and do a bit of a video, but unfortunately that didn't get to happen because I was about to jump in my car, go for a drive to the designated spot where I was going to go and film a video, and my ignition barrel decided it was going to play up. It had been playing up for a few days before this, but yesterday was the icing on the cake. So what has happened is I've jumped in the car, I've gone to turn the ignition over, and the ignition felt sloppy. So I turned the key over, the RCC unit booted up, but then I went to flick the car into the on position to start it. RCC turned off, I had nothing. So turned the car back off, turned it back on, the RCC came up. So at this point in time, it was already warm in the car, so I went to roll my window down, did that, turned the key. I must have pressed it a little bit too hard and it felt to go click, and then everything just cut off. Nothing on the dash, nothing on the RCC, the car wouldn't crank. And then I moved the key back, and then I moved the key again, and now the car key free flows in the ignition barrel. And I'll show you exactly what I mean, because I've actually put it in the backyard because I've got the window down on the driver's side. So yeah, but this is what I'm currently working with. So that's like that because the driver's side window is down, and unfortunately I can't stick the key in the ignition to access the accessories to then put the window back up. So that's what there. But yeah, I've unlocked the car, so, or at least I thought I unlocked the car. Hang on, so what's going on here? So yes, it is. Right. I thought I unlocked the car, but apparently I didn't. Oh, it's not actually as bad in there, but then again, the window's down, so there doesn't seem to be any different smells or anything like that. But yeah, so ignition barrel, as you guys can see there, I'll stick the phone in there so you can see what I mean. So stick the key in the ignition, free flows. So as I'm doing that, as you guys can see, and nothing up there, and nothing up there, regardless of whether I push on it or not. So yes, that's the current dilemma that I'm working with. I might have to try and work out how to bypass it for now, because I do need to pick little man up on Tuesday, which is 2 days away. So yeah, I do have a friend of mine that has said I could borrow their car, but if I can get this to run enough, I can go and pick him up myself. So yeah, and seat belts, a little bit how's it going, but it is what it is. So yeah, I was going to go to the wetlands yesterday and do a video there, being that the last time I did a video there was with Little Man. So I was going to actually show you guys around and show you guys what the wetlands here has to offer. That didn't work out, and then from there I was actually going to go up Mount Laura and go for a walk, but that didn't work out either. And the only reason why that didn't work out was because I thought to myself, when everything went down with the car, I thought, well, no, I'm not going to let that stop me. So locked the car, well, put the car in neutral, put the handbrake down, moved it behind the gates, locked the gates up, locked the car up, went inside, got what I needed, changed my clothes, and then locked up the house. And then I started walking, because the plan was, all right, well, I'm not going to let my car not starting affect me doing a video today. So I was going to walk to the wetlands, do a segment there, and then if I felt up for it after that, I would have walked to Mount Laura, did the Mount Laura walk, and then walked home. Had my plan set. I was on the move. So I walked around the corner, and I walked past the shopping centre that's near my house, and I was approached by an unknown male to me on a BMX bike. He proceeded to ask me who I was, so I gave him my first name. Wasn't going to give him my full name, but I gave him my first name, and then he turned around and said, okay, all good. I said, oh, why is that? He then turned around and said, oh, why'd you say why is that for? Talking like that around these parts are going to get you bashed. And I'm like, oh, okay, righto. So I said, righto, catch later, and kept walking down the road, and then he had 2 other buddies with him from what I can remember. So I'm walking, Turned around and bang, there's him and his 2 other buddies. So one of his buddies was on a mountain bike. They were on the road on my right-hand side. And then another buddy of his was, I believe, on another BMX, come up my left side. So I was on the dirt part of the footpath. So you got the footpath on the left, the dirt, and then the road. So I was on the footpath, he'd come past, and then the person who then said what he had said to me come past. I got to the other corner, I crossed over, he'd crossed over onto the other corner with me on his bike and then stopped and was waiting for me. So at this point in time, I'm like, right, I'm either going to get into a fight that doesn't need to happen and possibly be robbed, or I can quickly pull my phone out and jump on the phone and organise myself a lift. So me being me, I decided to try and get myself out of the situation as quickly as possible. So what I'd gone and done is I'd rang a friend of mine who was out door dashing at the time and got them to then from there pick me up. Went down to the police station. The police station wasn't open, so I rang the number that you ring, put in a report, and that's as far as I've gotten with that. So tomorrow, being Monday, I'm going to go down there and finalise that report because I don't see why I can't walk past a shopping centre and then be abused like I was. So, yeah, and the fact that he had said, oh, talking like that, I wasn't even talking badly or anything. I just asked a simple question, why is that? And that's how I got spoken to. So, yeah, that happened. Don't mind the voice, I've only just not long woken up. It is absolutely hot here in Whyalla, so yeah. But that's what happened with that, so I'm going to go down tomorrow if I can finalise the report, get something sorted, and then go from there. But the issues that I'm currently facing at the moment is I've got no ignition barrel in the car because the teeth inside the ignition barrel that allow it to go click, click, click on the different levels of clickiness. So you got your, I think it's your reds, then your accessories, and then you're on. So it's got no teeth to hold it in place to go through all the different things. So I'm going to have to bypass that. But the good news with that is I also get paid again this week. So I'm going to have to ring a few of the mechanics and see how much it's going to cost to have the ignition barrel or ignition switch, whichever one it is, either fixed or replaced, and then go from there because I do need the car. And the worst part is I'm still paying this car off. So I've paid $1,500 off the car so far with another $1,500 still yet to pay. And now I have to fix the ignition barrel in order to use the car to then make the money to then pay the bloke. So that's another dilemma, but I'll message the bloke today, let him know what's going on, see if even if he knows of any bypasses or anything that I can use to just get it going so I can still do what I need to do and whatever else. I'm not relying on others because that's the whole reason to why I got the car. So yeah, but I'm not really too worried per se about this particular issue because this particular issue is so common in BA Falcons. It is unreal. I had it in my last one that I had a very long time ago now. I had a blue BA Falcon. When I first looked at it, it wouldn't start. He said that there was something wrong with the ignition barrel, but couldn't quite work it out. Got it on the trailer, got it back to my house, flicked the key, and the key did the exact same thing. So I'm aware that this is a very common issue with BA Falcons, but then once you replace them, they last ages. And it's done pretty well considering the car's done 180,000 with the original ignition barrel and switch. So now it's just time to fix it. And I've done a bit of research. According to Google and the online services that I've looked at, it's only going to cost between $150 to $600, which isn't too bad considering what it could cost. Because when I got my one done in my old blue BA, it ended up costing me $1,900. But that's because I had the ignition done. G'day. So my phone overheated, unfortunately, and now we're in the lounge room with the aircon keeping it cool because it cut off. So yeah, as I was saying, I had a few issues with the blue BA. I had that fixed. It cost me $1,900, but that was for the whatever was wrong with the ignition, the spark plugs, the coil packs, and fuel pump related issues. So I got that all sorted and yada yada yada. Anyway, ended up selling that off because that went into limp mode and then continuously went into limp mode. So catch you later. And yeah, so that's that. But I've locked the car up. You guys can now see what I mean by the issue. So I'll contact the bloke I'm buying it off of later today, let him know, see if he knows any bypasses or anything that I can do, just so I can keep the car running, and then go from there. But at this stage, I have no car until sometime this week, until I can ring the mechanic and get them to sort it out for me if they have any available spots this week, and then go from there. Do you mind chewing on my pants string? Actually, that's something I haven't let you guys know about. So I went ahead and got a puppy dog. A puppy dog. Her name is Raven. She's a very small puppy, and I got her for Little Man because his mother and her partner, as far as I know, have a dog themselves, but Little Man is absolutely terrified of said dog, so I got a dog for us to teach him that not all dogs are scary and not all dogs are going to hurt you. So yeah, but she's oh, don't jump at the camera. But yeah, so that's the dilemmas I'm faced with, but is what it is. I'll do some research and see if I can bypass the ignition barrel, even if it is just to turn the car on, and then I'll just download an app or two on my phone to work out the speed and whatever else. The only thing I'm really worried about doing the bypass is the fuel, because I'm pretty sure the fuel gauge needle is controlled by the ICC. Not 100% sure, but yeah, so I'll work all that out anyway and let you guys know if anything good comes out of it. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.